subscribe to the Donnie Houston podcast, man. Man, okay, so 17 years old. This when you meet D.
Mm-hmm. So I
wait. So talk about Mike B first.
Okay, so that was when I was like 16. That happened. Okay, so after I got well and stuff, I got on the corner, boom, boom. I'm rapping on the corner. Like I said, I always rapped on the corner. So somebody came up to the corner. Man, I can't, I ain't gonna lie, say I don't know who it was, but they came up to the corner and they were like, hey, you need to give it to this dude Mike B. You know what I'm saying? He got a studio behind by Cashman, where his granny house at, woo woo. So, man, somehow me and I ended up over there. I had a DJ named DJ Free. That was my DJ at the time. And he scratched on records like New York. So I was like, man. So I messed with him real tough. So me and him went to Mike B house on some humbugs. So I went over there and knocked on the wrong door because they had two doors. Mm-hmm. And he used to be in the room with the DJ and had records. Man had about 1,000 records on the wall and stuff. So I knock on the back where his granny and them at. And they like, nah, he around in so I go around there, boom. We go in there, chop it up with Mike B. Next thing I know, I rap for Mike B and everything. Boom, boom, boom. Next thing I know, Mike B done, tapped in with James Foster, this guy. That was him and D was, So after Foster heard me, then he took me to D. And that was the final destination, man. He took me to D and D heard me rap. I came. Did you know
who D was? Had you seen him around the hood prior to
I knew who he was far as his name in the hood. I had never officially met him, but I knew him by his name in the hood. His name carried weight in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So when I did meet him, I was like, man, it's D. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yeah, rap, woo woo. Real stiff, like, yeah, man, rap, woo woo. So I rap. So when I rapped, I get through rapping, I came there to be a solo artist. But after I got through rapping, it wasn't no solo artist no more. You know what I'm saying? D was, like I say, D, he was older than me, and he was Debo, like,
intimidating kind of figure,
intimidating type dude. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to fight this dude up. You know what I'm saying? So he like, yeah, man, the group gonna be me and you gonna make a group like that. So I'm like, nah, I ain't come to make no group. He was like, just hear me out though. So woo. So we talked, and then for what the direction he was going in was that we're gonna do the group thing, and then we're gonna focus on you, because I ain't, he wasn't really, he wanted to do that album with me, but he wasn't like he wanted to really do the music thing. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, we're gonna jump back on you. You know what I'm saying? So I did that. We shook hands and locked it in. You know what I'm saying? I was young though. Mind you, I was 17, so I couldn't sign. So my mom and them had to step in. You know what I'm saying? So my mom and them stepped in and everything, man, and then that's when some things happened in the studio. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to.
Oh, immediately at that time?
Around the time, after my mom signed, we dropped the album. It was shortly. It wasn't too much after that. You know what I'm saying? Some things happened, man, occurred, man, that me and D both went to jail for. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in jail. I got a violation. You know what I'm saying? But they asked me about this, and D get both of us go down. Around the same time. Then D come home, and then I come home a little shortly after D. You know what I'm saying? And then D was like, well, I ain't rapping no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what you mean you ain't rapping?
Wait, but y'all didn't do the album though?
We had already dropped the album.
Okay. Let's talk about that then.
Okay, the album had dropped. The Ghetto My Hood album had dropped. You know what I'm saying? Bam. You know what I'm saying? The Ghetto My Hood album had dropped. You know what I'm saying? And out the gate, man, the album was moving copies. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time we talked, it was at like 75,000 copies, and it was still moving out the gate.
How did this become so popular so fast?
Well, D already had a name. Like I said, he was a street figure that already had a name. You know what I'm saying? So,
his name that heavy just off the strength. People.
Yeah, man. He was heavy. It wasn't just, you know what I'm saying, a typical, you say a name and, you know what I'm saying, yeah, his name spoke volumes, you know what I'm saying, so, yeah, so, he already had a name, so people are already curious to hear if he can rap or what he gonna be able to do or whatever, you know what I'm saying, being that you're a street figure, they want to know if you can really talk that talk when it's time to get on the mic, or you just putting some money or wasting some money, so, and man, he turned out to be nice. You know what I'm saying? We did the album. The album turned out to be great. Like I say, out the gate, it moved like 75 over the first couple of a month or two, moved like 75,000 units. Like was moving like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you getting paid at this time, or did you get like money to sign, and it was kind of that type of thing?
Now by then the royalties hadn't even kicked in or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I was always taken care of. You know what I'm saying? D always took care of me from jump start. From the time we shook hands and my mom and them had to step in, it's like they told my mom and them like this is job, so we're gonna treat it like it's job. So every Friday, JF gave me 500, D gave me 500. 17 years old. I'm in the studio. That's how they wanted me to do. They didn't want me to get on the corner no more. So that was their way of taking. That's how God worked. You know what I'm saying? Because that was their way of taking me off the corner. And I really didn't want. I was just there because I wanted some money to try to take care of my family. I wanted the stuff these people got. I didn't want to be left behind either. So you know what I'm saying? So that was a blessing. That was the first blessing. Them coming and taking me off the corner and giving me that kind of money and keeping me in the studio away from the corner. You know what I'm saying?
But you still ended up in a situation.
Yeah, and then after the studio was in this Sister Mickey house. It was like a 2 bedroom house, and you know what I'm saying. Man, I had stayed in there so much to where I ended up leaving. You know what I'm saying? I had turned, getting ready to turn 18. I left my mom's house and started staying in the house with Mickey. It was a 2 bedroom in the room where the studio equipment was. I'm active on that, you know what I'm saying? I'm working. So after that, he ended up getting the building, and then shortly after that, of getting the building, is when the place was ran down on and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Donnie Houston.